Welcome back to the Chris scenario playthrough for Remake. We're on the 4th part, making good progress already. But we still haven't found my fucking panda.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Chris scenario, aka the hunt for the panda.
I don't need Jill. I have pandas.
Chris is not going to find the panda till he announces his retirement from the BSA.
We brought this up earlier. Like, the panda will be in the middle of the lab with Jill on it, saying, "What took you so long?"
Well, then again, this has been Japan, so Japan. Japan.
Classy.
I know good music when I hear it. That's what he's liking me to listen to.
Listen closely, you can hear the sound of 1940s civilians being run over by a psychopathic certain cop.
Yeah.
What was it? The fucking SGB Moonlight Sonata with Ellie
Yeah.
Noir.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wondered if that's where that was going.
So yeah, I fucking love that video.
Anyway, the God of Walls approve.
Alright.
Here's Trevor's diary.
Yeah, the emblem you saw above the fireplace in the dining room, you need it for this part.
And this is where George Trevor realizes at the last minute that he
Umbrella
was built.
fucked him.
And basically, I think they blackmailed him to make this mansion.
No,
but
they initially hired him to design the mansion.
But they used his wife and daughter as experiments.
And Lisa's like only a teenager as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Umbrella sucks.
Do you think they're still in that same category as Saturday morning cartoon villains, or are they going above?
The fact that they had a fucking lab under... Dude, even the fucking hospital wasn't safe. Like, they were making hunters in the hospital.
The gods
Was it
are
the betas or just the gammas?
the gods are annoyed.
Yeah.
And now you give a
No,
fake you give a
Dude.
fake offering to said gods of the wall.
The gods were the puzzle gods were happy. No, they're not.
And as I said, you give a fake offering to them. Rebecca? You.
I think that's our classic pose where she's like got her... Yeah, right there. That's like the artwork for...
I know it's for laughs, but what is with Resident Evil Son fashion of putting characters in silly costumes?
Yeah. I'm an idiot for not bringing it up sooner, but that costume you see back in, you will only see that costume if you have one of Chris's alternate costumes equipped.
The other one I think is based on a Brad Pitt look, where he's got a bandana and goggles.
Oh, what was it? What was the costume? It was based off of a movie. The Mexican, was it, I believe?
I think so. Right, your clue for this next puzzle's in the picture frame next to the clock.
6 p.m. That's all you need to know.
Basically, right, who do you think won? The guy who got 6 feet of it blade in his head, or the guy who got an inch on his stomach?
Well, the guy who got the blade in his head is dead. Depending on where the other blade pierced, the guy who got pierced in the stomach
So
may have
basically,
been injured, but might be fine.
based on that picture there, the clock has to strike 6.
Yeah, when the two have run each other through the path to your destiny, it will open. But put simply, 6 p.m.
And here's the shield key.
This is only used one time. Like, there is an abundance of items in this franchise that are only used one time.
Or
then tossed immediately.
Or as Johnny
Fetch quests.
would call it, the magic key for magic people.
Yeah, they all say mansion key until you examine them and look at the symbol on the back. You can examine each and every item.
But you don't have to, it'll still function.
Yeah.
It just changes the text so you can identify what it is.
It's that sort of thing that people who have played the game dozens of times, like me, like I obviously know that that's the shield key, so I don't have to examine it. So it's like
Plus, it's only, like you said, it's only used for one door.
Yeah, which is coming up right here actually, in the attic, and that isn't fucking ominous at all. all those webs and stuff. You would think you'd see the spiders up here with all those webs.
No, but something even more sinister.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Oh no. And no, we're not kidding, that is actually the snake's name. This fucker was so much more deadly in the original game, because if your health was low enough, he could immediately start a death scene where he would grab you, and swallow you whole,
No.
pouring everywhere.
Now, as you see there, Steven doesn't have to fight the Yon yet, but
You do.
for Joe, I have to.
And it's
But
a
the
massive
problem with
pain
it,
in the ass.
because that snake, if it bites you, instant poison. But this poison isn't cured by a blue herb. You have to go through and get back the serum. But there was one time where I did not know that, and I was continuously on poison status until I got to the greenhouse.
I think Jill gets a free pass, and if you fail to get the serum in time and passes out, and I think it's taken back to the save room by Barry. But if you're playing as Chris and get poisoned, he will make it outside the room, and then he'll like collapse to his knees, and then you'll have to play as Beckett and go back for the serum. And if you run out of time, Chris dies and you have to play as Rebecca for the rest of the game. Oh wait, no, you actually game over. So
Because that would fuck up the timeline.
so haul ass. You'll know if it's happened because I believe you do get a cutscene like showing Chris like just succumbing.
And I know you should do the exact same thing here, Steve. When it comes to the 4 masks, I always leave the one for the yawn last.
Yeah, because I often save as well before I do it. Because and there's so many things that can go wrong there. It was so much worse in the original because you saw where the mask was in the corner. In the original game, there's a little gap there. Like there's some boxes there that you have, in a tiny little gap you have to run through, and you can very easily get trapped by Yon there and die.
You gotta take another save, yeah.
Yeah, right to your thing. I still don't know how to use this fucking thing. It's all gibberish.
No.
If I remember correctly, there's only limited saves in this.
Yes, based on how much ink ribbons you have, and plus the amount of ink ribbons depends on difficulty.
So do not. Oh, I was finished that session now.
Yeah, fear can't kill you, but the panda can.
My panda better not leave me.
Is that what Chris has? He's got a plush of a bed that he hugs at night.
This has now become the adventures of Chris Redfield.
You know, Stephen, if you're going for the straight for
Chris
the
Redfield, Quest for the Panda.
You know, if you're going straight for
Here we are. Good.
But you've equipped 3 of the masks, so you're going to have to backtrack and get the last one. I'm saying you could have easily taken all 4 masks there.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I'm trying to think.
What was past you
I
thinking?
think I was going back for it because I'm playing on hard mode. I think I wanted to go back for another healing item just in case things went foobar.
Okay, and here we are. These are where the 4 masks goes to be. A hole where the eyes, nose, and mouth should be.
No, I know what joke. I know what joke you want to make.
No, I can't. It's too dark.
And yeah, Matt made it on the SGB remake.
A hole where the nose should be. Michael Jackson. Nothing to say. Not even a chuckle.
I think his face says it all.
And the hole where the mouth should be.
Yeah,
oh, what? The cat, it shook.
Yeah, to get the names of the mask, it just says death mask until you examine the front of it and what the fuck am I doing there? Why was I...
No, Chris is having a seizure. Oh, what a time to have it.
He's missing the panda too much.
See what I mean,
It's time to
Stevie?
get to him.
My one true love.
I would say this is your one true fuck up so far. You could have easily taken all 4 masks.
Better safe than sorry, better safe than sorry, better safe than sorry. Oh, one of my favorite mods. Like, there are mods for this on the PC version. I was playing this at Ross's like a few months ago, and he had a mod installed where Jill was replaced with Noir from Hyperdimension Neptunia, and it was absolute fucking gold. So funny. Wait. So it's just like, you see this anime girl character, like, if you all know like who the character is, like, you know exactly. Imagine that running through the entire mansion doing all of this. She was actually voiced by Erin Fitzgerald, the voice of Naz and May Kanker and Eddie and Eddie. She's
okay.
also Chie Satonaka in Persona 4.
Alright.
Okay, now we've got the long-term goal done. So what happens when you put the 4 masks in? Let's find out.
I'm going in with the hat. Oh, I think.
You've got.
Do I have a grenade?
No, you've got the shotgun. You've only got 1 shell left, and you're going to use the handgun.
Grenades, fuck. You can cheese this if you have grenades, because you can immediately kill this fucker if he grabs you.
Oh, here we go. Our first, if you didn't get a Crimson Head, this would be technically your first and hopefully only encounter with a Crimson Head.
Hi, Crimson Charlie.
Steven, you're not supposed to name it. Once you name it, you start getting attached to it. Now put it back where it came from.
Ow. Yeah, even though I know this game...
You're talking about naming it and getting attached. This made me think of that. What was a Christmas special for Still Game?
that was-
It was the wicked secretary.
That was the first mistake I ever made. Ian, your name? Albert.
What was the second name? Wesker?
That's what Spencer probably thought when he was coming up with the Wesker children.
As you can see, it's very easy to duke out his attacks. Just hit and run tactics. You can very easily pull this off with just a handgun. See?
There you are, he's down.
Yeah. You might notice me. Anytime I get hit, I might like just open up my inventory afterwards
To check your health.
Yeah.
Now we have our first stone metal object. This is another long-term goal.
Yeah, these weren't in the original either. Actually, I believe. No, the crests were mandatory to progress in the original.
Like, this one is used to get to the greenhouse, which we're going to next, but then that's also used for the final area of the game where you find another one.
Alright.
Yeah, we're leaving the mansion, but believe me, the danger is far from over.
Well, one danger is gone at this point, Forrest.
Yeah, well, from this point, he's still around in this particular area.
But he won't follow you into the greenhouse or anything like that.
And I think if you backtrack before you finish with the residence, he will still be there. So make sure that you finish up on the residence first before
We're going after the First Order now?
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. If you come back for this hallway through that particular way, the dogs won't come through. If you have to come back downwards.
It's after you finish the residence, I believe. Because like I've tested them multiple times and they never seem to come.
No, I'm pretty sure I went down that direction, then I went back the opposite direction, and the dogs burst through the window.
Haul your ass out of here, 4 zombies. You do not, because here's the thing: if they grab you one after the other, and you get caught in a really bad spot where you're right next to another, they can very easily grab you immediately. Yeah.
Whoa.
That right there. I've seen a lot of people fuck up their runs because they don't know he's there and they auto aim. It causes them to fire at him and it's like, boom, dead. Bye bye. Too bad. So sad. Goodbye.
Be quick here though, because there's a dog.
Yeah. I do remember.
Down, Fido.
Come on, old puppy. We'll take you out for a walk.
Rotten Mutts is Umbrella's best weapon they've made.
No, the hunters.
No, in this game anyway, the dogs.
The hunters are just... Oh, the dogs have an instant kill attack, by the way. If they grab you and pin you to the floor, they will rip your throat out if you don't break free of it. They could do that in the original as well.
No, I think you said to me the most gruesome dog death in the entire series was the ones in RE5.
Yeah, where they
They split their heads open.
And just close on it. But the funny thing is that they don't... a lot of the deaths in RE5 are nowhere near as, like, nasty compared to the older ones when you like take the time to see how they get around it technically. Because like they hide like the more nasty ones sometimes will often obscure the most nasty details of it.
The Reaper would like to have a word with you.
Wait, what?
The Reaper where it grabs you by the neck, forces you to stare its eyes, and it stabs you in the hips.
There are some pretty brutal ones in 5.
This is Brad. The radio fucking sucks.
Found you.
I like how your next puzzle is still spiraling in the background. Yeah,
that's a nice touch.
Anyway, this next puzzle, there's going to be a locked door. You need to help push these 2 roosters in opposite
west, then north.
So basically, those statues, you want to get them to turn away from the door.
Yeah, this first one you put west. The second one here, set it to north. Here's the thing though, the wind will abruptly speed up. But as long as you press the button...
But also at the top of the stairs, there's a little paragraph that tells you what letter represents. Means like north of this, west of that, south of that. But how is that door locked? It doesn't look like it should be locked.
Make sure you bring the crest with... Yeah.
I mean, if Jill was here, she could just take off her shoulder pads and sneak right through it.
Why can't we just climb all around the gate if it was locked?
Spikes on top of the fence. Oh, you're intentionally walking to not set off the crows here.
Yeah, if you run here... No, where am I going? I think I might be going to place tonight.
You're doing the walk of shame ahead of time.
No. No, my inventory management is nowhere near as bad as Matt's was in that Veronica playthrough. Yeah.
You heard that,
That is our first... That
sounds like a good time.
This is where this was a subplot that was supposed to be in the original, but I think it was because of due to limited space they couldn't get in there.
More time constraints. The plot point itself is in the original, just not Lisa Trevor
Fleshed out.
herself.
Yeah.
The plot point is, but not the monster.
I just realised you used the words fleshed out in a zombie game.
Because you do see all.
I apologise for that.
Because you do see all. Yeah, that joke was so.
No, that's
bland.
the point. It wasn't even a joke. I did that without thinking.
Here's
Those
the map
are
of the
worst
courtyard.
ones. Like you'd make them without realizing it, and then it's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like an idiot. Right, you don't need the shotgun at this point. Or if you want to refill it.
Oh, I'm putting it that way down there so it doesn't get clogged up with military items. Oh, I think there are times I do remember in Veronica I do like shuffle my items around a bit for organization. What am I doing?
Oh, I forgot my sweeties.
Yeah, that's another.
My sweet X.
That's another moment where I forgot an item.
Oh, you need the crest die. And down here, the crank.
There's a little detail. Once you pick this up, Lisa Trevor will enter the cabin, but there's a great little detail. There's a little outcrop. You know the little bedroom we were just in?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Go to the very left there. You will actually see her walking in.
Oh.
I never knew about that.
But she's suddenly magically here.
And
boom.
we are dead. Yeah, that's your death animation if you die from a normal attack. And as you can see, it's the exact same one Leon has in RE4. But for the powers of plot armor, we are alive. This is something I don't get. She knocks you out and waits for you to wake up. Then goes after you again.
Anyway, here's George Trevor's daughter, of what's left of her, Lisa Trevor, covered in faces of people who were supposedly her mother but were not.
Ow.
And she's been infected with everything, including the G virus, the T virus, and the Nemesis parasite, and she's still alive.
Oof.
Don't waste your ammo on her. You can temporarily down her, but you cannot kill her. Just run away.
You're going to have to avoid her at all costs. So she's pretty much the prototype Nemesis.
Yeah.
But you can't shoot her.
Prototype Mr. X.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, she's getting the Nemesis parasite, and we will see those tentacles later. Like run out of her back.
Yeah, just leave him to his business.
They gave you way too much space there to avoid him.
Just let him enjoy the breeze.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Lisa, just ignore her completely. She cannot be killed.
She doesn't show up very often, but when she does, oh, believe me, tensions will be high.
Now, this bit here you're going to need for the crest.
Yeah, because we're going to get our wonderful, wonderful insurance plan here.
First of all, you got to put the wind crest in here first.
Yeah, this is where all the crests from the original game, here they are.
Yep. Because these were your original goal to get into the greenhouse, where that stone mill object was, but here they brought it back as something else.
There's one more thing. If you're going for the best, there are multiple endings in this game as well, depending on whether or not you save Becky or like Jill much later on. If you're playing as Jill, you have to like save Barry and Chris.
Now you notice here that each of these crests have items at the back, so you actually have to examine and press them.
Yeah, if you don't examine them, Chris will be an idiot and just put them in the wrong spots. As long as you examine each and every one of them like this and press the button, he'll know exactly where to put them. But yeah, you need at least 4 inventory slots if you have the. You put the wind crest.
Yeah,
in,
you need at least 3 spaces.
Yeah, you need 3 spaces. And again, the problem with Chris, that inventory space, it's so precious. Again, Chris excels at the combat, but not the exploration.
Put all the 3 crests here, and oh boy,
go Caber, go Caber. The best insurance you could possibly have in Reddit.
That thing looks like it could blow my head off.
That's the same model as Barry's Magnum, by the way.
The Silver Serpent.
God, I fucking love
I
this.
think there's a reason that that's what the Blue Rose from Devil May Cry was. It was a revolver, not a...
That thing could be loaded with fucking demonic power.
I mean,
shots.
guns like that are designed for like if you're hunting elephants or something like that.
Or a Dante in Devil May Cry 4.
I noticed you didn't bother running because you're not going to be back here for a while.
I think I was... When my mindset for remake... You know how I'm always, like, with, like, the Devil May Cry games and stuff, I'm always in, like, a set sort of... What's the word I'm looking for?
Set mind?
Set...
Anyway, there's your...
set sort of groove. Like, the way I play it... I try to focus on efficiency as much as I possibly can. Especially when it comes to like Resident Evil. I love pulling off awesome runs of the Resident Evils. And my only one real big fail so far, Resident Evil 5. Fucking chainsaw death.
No, not only that, but your attempt at that puzzle, you
that was the one time I forgot about it, and I think my nerve.
And my first time, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. Just get your ass back here.
Brad, the fucking radio sucks.
By the way, have you seen the panda anywhere?
Panda! Be very careful when you get out here.
There's dogs here.
3 of them, to be exact. Just run your ass around them. As you can see here, folks, like, there. Not one drop of blood or bullet used. See? When you know what you're doing, like, efficiency is the name of the game. You just run around certain enemies and...
Now you notice here that the square, it's got a square hole, so you need a square crank.
You must examine the handle part. No, yeah,
because later on you'll get another crank where it's like a hexagon shape.
Yeah, it's barely. How many times have you mixed up that crank with the other one and taken it with you instead?
Plus, I think they've also color coded the handles to make it as if you were fucking stupid.
You have to turn it around so that it's facing like the indentation part, not the colored handle. You have to examine it and turn it around so you can see the indentation and examine that.
Now, if this was Resident Evil 0, a lurker would pop up most likely here.
Oh, the fuck. I hated those things.
No.
And my god, where the snakes at?
No, not till there. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's going to fucking suck. Because we're going to come back that way later and it will be filled with snakes who can poison you.
Oh, good.
Thankfully, we're going to start getting blue herbs.
Yeah,
we're almost at the residence.
Yeah, we're heading to the greenhouse now.
It's called the residence.
And you set off the crow.
Ah, fuck him. Yeah, see, just run around, just run by him.
Speaking of crows, I think they're bringing them back for Remake 3.
Yeah, I saw that rumor as well, actually. They better not cut... If they could bring the crows back...
Oh, here they are.
Yeah, bye.
I think the red ones are poison.
No, all of them can poison you. And that's the scary part.
I thought, because it was...
Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? We'll catch you guys later for the residence.